Good.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. What's up, everyone? We got the stream going. Here, got my guys here with me. How we doing? What's up, Brian Bush? What's up, Henry? Yeah, Slayer. We're just getting going now. Got 12 of you guys so far. If you aren't familiar with my friend Steve and Avery, make sure you check out their social as well. Romer, I'm going to make your name at least on mine, Romer the Romer, so people can see it. Right now, it just says Ro. Right,
Boom.
guys?
Because you cut me off. You got too excited. You let me in too early.
Sorry?
You let me in while I was typing my name.
Oh.
Cut me off.
What if Amazon hasn't answered your request for access to FBA shipping facilities? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I would contact them. I'm not familiar with it though. Right there. So yeah, guys, we're gonna be on for around an hour or so. So any questions you guys got, feel free to fire away. Got my boys with me basically, and we'll chop it up. Do you have Seller Board? Yes, you should be using Seller Board for accounting. It is superior to other ones. Ooh, interesting. Overseas VA or US based? So the short answer is definitely overseas, just based on cost. But you guys wanna talk a little bit about how you guys utilize VAs? Because I think it's pretty awesome.
What the question was, overseas or
domestic? Yeah, domestic's going to be so expensive. But even
the benefit of domestic is if you're having to handle credit card stuff, phone calls. It's nice having an American voice on the phone. I use my lister, the same lady that lists books for me. She'll make credit card calls and stuff like that. But overseas, you can arbitrage money for $1,000 a month. You can get an extremely qualified individual to manage your business. I mean, essentially, they're an employee. You can have them do whatever you want. We have people who run numbers for us. We have people who manage inventory. We have people I have someone who's my personal assistant, customer service. And with the power of ChatGPT now, you can use their broken English. It doesn't exist anymore. The most used area in the world for ChatGPT is China. So make sure to use, if you're using them for any type of communication, have them run everything through ChatGPT. But that's my answer.
All right. Makes sense. Yeah, Steve, how do you utilize virtual assistants?
Yeah, so I have quite a few in my business for different parts. But when it comes to my Amazon business, I have two full-time sourcers. And there's a little feedback. I'm not sure if it's coming. Are you on your phone, Avery? There might be.
Yeah.
It's a weird
do we have rooms that are further apart maybe?
I don't think it's that. Maybe try muting yourself possibly.
I can hear you up here. Yeah, let me I'll just mute.
Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Oh,
perfect.
Cool. Okay, fire.
Yeah. I heard the robot in the background, but yeah, I have two my top two virtual assistants. They source anywhere from 800 to 1,500 items for me every single month. So, a lot of you guys probably know I do eBay to Amazon. So we use Flipmine, we use Replens List, Leads List, of course, SellerAmp. We love SellerAmp, and they source for us. They fix stranded inventory. They open cases with Amazon. They reprice for us. They set up spreadsheets. They track all of our data and everything. So yeah, they run about 90% of my Amazon business right now. So
sick. Yeah. And so for those of you guys who aren't familiar with eBay to Amazon base, so you guys see me talking about online arbitrage in a more traditional sense, right? Where we're buying from Kohl's and Walmart and stuff like that. But what Steve does is you're buying used items from eBay at huge profit margins, basically.
I buy new. I'm 99% new items.
Oh yeah,
okay. Man. Yeah. I've sold almost 12,000 items in the last year from eBay to Amazon, and 99% new. And right now it's 99% of my team sources everything for me. So everything shows up to my doorsteps. And I think Avery, you saw some stuff when you came, because Avery's at my house right now. You saw all the eBay packages. So you get the neighbors looking around what the heck?
Dude, I see it on Instagram every day.
Hey man, and guess what I'm shipping all my stuff out with? Go-to lister, baby.
Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir. Yeah. How should you pay the remote VAs for sourcing? Yeah. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? So for product research, are we doing commission, flat? I've always done flat personally, but what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Incentives are always good if they make sense and if they're possible. Always incentivize your team. My favorite incentive structure that I've seen in the online arbitrage space is Fast Track FBA. Pays a very small percentage of profit share, which incentivizes people to find good leads and not share them with other workers, which I think is good. But it really depends on the line of work. But with leads, you got to be careful. You don't want to incentivize spend too much, because if you that can just get messy a bunch of different ways. They could give you trash leads. You could spend a lot. They could get incentivized to just for you to spend money, which isn't always the best. But just give bonuses when they do good work is usually like one good thing you can do. If they do really good work and you know it's good, pay them. Send them $50. Send them $100, and that helps a lot. So
I love giving bonuses. That shit feels good too, because like
yeah, it does.
like cool. What about you, Steve? Product research. Are we flat salary, commission? What are your thoughts on that? Oh, we got to unmute, family.
Oh man, it's like it's my first day on YouTube, man. I'm a little nervous because we got StreamYard, linked up. So it's like day one again. But I pay hourly, and we have right now our VAs work 40 hours a week right now. They used to work a little more, but we've capped them at 40 because I've noticed once they get over 40, a lot of times I notice their productivity starts to go down a little bit. And we do incentives based on spend goals. So I used to do incentives based on how many items they sourced. But as long as you have a good ROI and your turnover rate's good and you have a good profit margin, when you want to scale, it's all about spending more money. So we have certain goals that we set up typically every single month. There was a point I remember where, I was only spending about $10,000 a month, and I wanted them to spend $15,000, and they're like, we can't find any inventory. It's impossible. And I said, if we spend $15,000 and we keep our ROI and our profit and everything in line, I'll give you guys, $150 incentive each. Boom. They hit 15, gave another incentive, hit 20. And it's like, oh, wow. Magically, all of a sudden everybody could source.
Love it.
Yeah, as a caveat, I will say for somebody out there who wants to hire a VA, Steve hired most of his VAs and kind of trained them from the ground up. And he also does a really unique business model. So if you're following Miles, you're doing a more common way of doing online arbitrage. So be careful, because there are a lot of VAs that market themselves as product researchers, stuff like that. And if you incentivize based on spend, they could just be pulling from their old boss's leads, which for a lot of reasons could be trash, or maybe they're pulling from a leads list everyone has access to. That's why I say be careful with spend incentivizations.
Yeah, good point.
Cool. Discounted gift cards are fire. Bro, I got you, Bam. Yeah, if you guys aren't using discounted gift cards, those of you guys watching for traditional OA, like from Card Cash, Top Cash Back, sites like that, you're missing out. It's such a good.
What about Paxful?
Sorry?
Paxful.
Not there. I judged there. Is reverse sourcing still the best method for beginner OA? If so, what are other brands to source off of? Yeah, man. So the nice part is any brand you see another reseller selling is typically a brand you can source off of, right? And especially if you look at a couple of products within those brands and you see a lot of other resellers on those, right? So like Lego, Nike, Adidas, there's a ton of beauty brands, there's a ton of supplement brands, tons of stuff like that. And the more you reverse source, the more you're going to see. Right. There's also keep a product fund. There's also manual sourcing. There's sourcing with VAs, sourcing with other sellers. That's all very profitable stuff. A lot of people aren't doing. Right there. But that's my thoughts on that. On most websites, can you use multiple gift cards? Yes. Okay, this is a good one. How do you handle authenticity complaints when you buy on eBay? I was actually curious about that as well.
So a lot of it comes down to making sure you do your research before you buy the item, because the truth is, if you get an authenticity complaint or a counterfeit complaint, if you don't have an invoice, you're pretty much shit out of luck. Let's just be honest. Like, what are you going to do? So for example, when we buy off of eBay, like when it comes to DVDs, we don't buy certain items that are too popular. So, it's a little different when you're doing traditional OA. You're looking for the fastest, hottest sellers, right? Yeah. There's people who will do that with traditional, with eBay to Amazon, but you're going to get yourself in trouble because there's like a lot of fake items out there, especially with DVDs. So we don't touch any items, at least when it comes to DVDs. If there's multiple quantities available for sale by one seller, if they have bad feedback, if they have a history of bad feedback, we'll look at the Amazon reviews and see if there's counterfeit complaints and people complaining about being fake, having issues. So we do a lot of upfront research, but the truth is, 12,000 products sold in the last year. My account probably looks healthier than more traditional online arbitrage sellers, because I see a lot of screenshots and a lot of you traditional OA guys got your IP complaints on there.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So, but the truth is, yeah, you're pretty much shit out of luck if you get a counterfeit claim. So that's the risk with it, so.
But the nice thing though is when you're doing either used items or eBay to Amazon, you have so many more SKUs. So your weight of SKU, even if one goes bad, is so much better. Right?
Oh,
Yeah. So it's fine.
yeah, like me going deep, like for you going deep on a product's like you probably
500. Yeah.
dude. If I have like, because Avery could see all my inventory, because obviously I list on GoToLister. How deep am I going on my SKUs, Avery?
Yeah, like 10's deep for you, man.
2 is deep for me.
Yeah. And so that's interesting, right? And that's the cool thing is that you got good at it. So now you can leverage out and have VAs do it. So even though you have to buy a lot more stuff from a quantity of item perspective, quantity of different items, right? It's nicely leveraged out. So what's the VA Academy? You guys familiar with that? Steven.
Oh yeah. That's I don't want to promote things on this, but
yeah,
it's
that's good, bro. I didn't even know about it. Though. It's bro, you need to hear about it if it's helping people for sure. Yeah.
Joji and I put together an academy where essentially you could hire a VA and put them through this academy, and we have like tons of quizzes, we have tests. Like if anyone knows Joji, he's a full-time chemistry teacher. Like he's the smartest guy I know. So yeah, essentially when you hire a VA, you could put them through this academy. They watch all these videos and then they have to pass all these quizzes and tests. It teaches them everything from Keepa. We have SellerAmp training where we'll quiz them on SellerAmp to make sure they understand how to use it. Like, because a lot of VAs, here's the thing, like a lot of VAs will tell you that they know their stuff. And Avery and I were having a conversation about this. You don't know if you want to work with someone until you work with somebody. You know what I mean? Like you don't know if they know their stuff until when the rubber meets the road. Like, how are they analyzing things with FlipMind, with SellerAmp? Like when they go to reprice inventory, when they source, like especially Keepa. Everybody knows Keepa, right? Even resellers. Everyone knows Keepa. And then you ask them about the offers tab and the buy box statistics, and they're like, "What's that?" And it's like, "Oh my god."
Good point. Very good point. Do you think eBay to Amazon is better than Amazon to Amazon? So it's just different. Yeah, it's just kind of like what you're better at, right? That's the nice thing with all this stuff is that everything works. You guys see my videos, I'm talking about buying from big retail websites. You see Avery's videos, he's talking about selling a lot of books. You see Steve talking eBay to Amazon. Everything works. You just have to take the time to get good at it and go through the process of being bad so that you can learn the specific nuance that's only picked up through really being in the trenches. For example, if I go and try to source eBay to Amazon, I'm going to be terrible at it because I haven't done it a lot. I haven't talked to a lot of other people that are doing it, that are in the mix, and vice versa. But Steve's now done this so much that he can see stuff I can't. And that's where all the money is. Cool. Okay. Yeah, damn. So you guys, cool. Thoughts on using tactical arbitrage to source? It's just tough. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I've used it in the past. It's helped me, but you're going to be much better off just doing it really nice, low risk, SellerAmp, Keepa, reverse sourcing, manual sourcing, and Keepa product finder. Right there. Ooh, love this. What categories typically for eBay to Amazon?
Yeah. So, Avery, I think that echo is like brutal, and I'm in a different room. I muted myself, so I don't know what's.
Can you still hear it right now?
Sorry.
Can you hear it right now?
When he's muted, it goes away. I think.
Ooh, okay, cool. All right.
I think it has something to do with the phone. Sorry, I don't mean to call you out, Avery. I'm just trying to. It's like I don't know. It's like my ADD. I'm like, I keep hearing it. But I can just tell you the niches I do. So I do DVDs, I do CDs, I do electronics. I'm really, really big into electronics. So interestingly enough, my ASP, which is average selling price, up until February, it was $38 per unit, and that was mostly DVDs. Now my average selling price is close to $60, my ASP. And it's because I'm moving really deep into tools, electronics, like higher end board games, higher end video games. So you can really do any niche out there. The big thing is, like with DVDs, you have to be careful with counterfeits. That's the big thing. And when you start getting into electronics and stuff, like you just got to make sure the items aren't broken. You have to make sure you're on the correct listing. You have to make sure like you test things. Like one of the things I would actually advise folks not to do is using prep centers with eBay to Amazon. I would highly I'm highly opposed to that. I know everybody wants to like make passive income and stuff. But with eBay to Amazon, it's just way riskier than traditional OA. And with a prep center, I see guys who have like 12, 13, 14% return rates. I just made a video about this. Mine's at like 3.5% right now.
That's really, really good for that niche. Like incredibly good for that niche.
Yeah, but Avery knows me. I'm anal. Like I'm like looking over my items and stuff, and I train my team pretty crazy. But with a prep center, I don't know what your thoughts are, Miles, on prep centers. Like, do you have good experience with it? With them, like,
yeah, I mean, for the most part, probably looking to get a second one just because like I kind of want it diversified and everything. But I also got lucky, right? And then like I shopped around, it was a referral, right? Like I'm in the community, so I have like privilege to get some of that stuff easier. Basically, corporate finance textbook E to A, $100 profit. Let's go. That's awesome. Right there. I love crushing tools. They're so slept on. What's the return rate on Nike and Adidas shoes? Men's, it's going to be around 10%. Women's, it's going to be upwards of 15%, even further, depending on what type of, if they're like boots or something like that, a little bit more specialty. Typical ASC for flips. Yeah, so mine's like 35 to 40 bucks. Q4, it's a little bit higher because stuff goes up 10, 20%. On average. New features coming to go-to lister. Let's hear it. I'm sure we got some stuff.
Hey, let's hear it.
Hey, we got a lot of new features. We just came out with box contents this week. Actually, shout out Warner. So Warner's gonna start promoting, and he was like, "I don't want to promote it unless you guys have box contents." So now we have box contents. We made it in a way so it's like really easy for booksellers. So if you guys have like 1,000 different SKUs, let's say you have like all these beauty products listed, you scan one and it tells you exactly what split shipment to put it into, what box to put it into. So it's really catered towards people with a lot of SKUs, but it works for OA, wholesale, whatever. We got smart pricing. If you have fast selling products, fast selling books, you can price your items higher. And then we got a seller amp integration coming pretty soon. We're going to be rolling that out. Yeah, we talked about it in the yacht in Miami.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know
conversation,
that.
but we're going to have like a buy list for OA people. So we're actually making a shift more towards catering towards OA people coming up. So that'll be rolling out soon.
Bro, be honest, you just got out of bed. Damn, no, I was at the gym, bro. I was saucing them up on the court, right? And that we kept winning, so we kept staying on. So I didn't have time to shower in between. But we're still here. We got over 150 you guys. We got 130 you guys on YouTube. So thanks for coming.
Hey, we just got out of the gym. Well. Steve's gym downstairs. We saunaed it up too.
Oh, that's a vibe. That's awesome.
Well, Avery, guess what Miles was flexing on me earlier. He goes, man, I'm loving the ice bath at
where?
Yeah. You got to post a video of you in there for 10 minutes for me to believe you.
No, 15 minutes easy. Just
15? Do it, man. Do a live in there for 15.
So they changed the rule. You can't have your phone anymore. We'll talk about that later.
I think they've always kind of
they changed the rule. Yeah. He's a bit obsessed with ChatGPT and told me off. What is a prep center? Yeah, so it's a third-party service you can utilize that will receive your inventory and that'll send it off to Amazon for you.
Just don't use Tiger Lily Prep or Sunbury Prep. They both suck.
Can you stop using abbreviations for newbies? It's hard to follow since the terms are new. What abbreviation would you like us to help you with? At work, watching. It's a vibe. What would be your go-to recommendation to up your reviews? Yeah, so the past couple of years, especially the last year, Amazon's made it really hard for sellers to get reviews. Luckily, it's not a super important thing for us to have. If you sell a lot of items, you're going to get reviews. If you're doing right by your customers, you're going to get reviews. It's just going to be 1 out of every 500, 600 orders. You guys are probably printing reviews in books, though. Books give way more reviews from my experience.
Yeah, they do.
That's fire.
It's just, people care about print books. They feel special. And they're nice.
Yeah, so ASP means average sale price, and Amazon to Amazon means buying a product from Amazon and then flipping it on Amazon. How to ungate books. Luckily, most books are going to be ungated from the get-go, right there. Is it safe to get ungated in the big textbook brands? It's probably possible.
Okay, so there's several different types of gating. There's brand gating. You can be gated in Disney books, Lego books, like literally all the brands that you're normally gated in. If they have books, you're gated there. So you could easily get ungated by getting like an American Girl Doll invoice. The one textbook you can get ungated in is McGraw-Hill. Go to McGrawHill.com, find a $6 book, buy 10 units of it, use that invoice. It'll work. Pearson is the biggest publisher that they don't like to allow people to get ungated. They hired a law firm. The law firm does test buys on all these accounts. They say they're counterfeit. I've had 5 account shutdowns in the last 12 months. I've been through hell and back, and I've learned a lot. But we actually not partnered with the law firm, but we got permission from the law firm to be able to sell textbooks. We have one account that can sell textbooks. So if you guys want, you can send textbooks to me. I'll sell them for you. and we have like a legitimate account that checks for counterfeits. So that's restrictedinventory.com if you guys want to check that out, or sell them on eBay, or go to bookscotter.com, whatever. But you can't get on new accounts, can't get ungated in Pearson.
Seller Amp's as good as ever. Do you think arbitrage is enough to scale? It depends what you want, right? If you want 100,000 a year profit lifestyle business, traditional OA or eBay to Amazon is the way to go. If you want to really build wealth, wholesale private label is going to make a lot more sense. In my opinion. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. Like every huge Amazon seller that like really inspires me usually either does wholesale or private label, but there's a ton of opportunity. I mean, man, you banged out a 500K month last December. Like you're living proof of it. You and all your young buddies, banging out 100K months back to back. It's inspiring. Products are products. It doesn't matter how you get them, but if you want stability, I think wholesale at scale is really what's working for people.
Yep, completely agree. What are the two prep centers you had a problem with? So I don't even think they exist, but it was Sunbury and Tiger.
Sunbury Prep does exist. Don't use them. They suck. And then Tiger Lily is like a crack house in the middle of Montana. I don't know if they exist anymore, but they also suck. I will always tell you what prep centers to stay away from. I won't tell you what prep centers to use, because the moment everyone starts using the same prep center, it's gonna get, they're a warehouse, they'll get overloaded.
Yeah, you gotta, if you want to get like your own, right, you got to do a bunch of outreach. There's a good list on cleartheshelf.com of prep centers, and you want to do a bunch of cold con. It's crazy. So this guy just jumped in the live stream who lived where you guys used to live the same year you guys lived there. I was talking about, he recognized the view. What are two prep centers we already said that. Their invoices are not suitable to Sony. They only give a packing slip and separate emails, no use. I'm sure that would work if you submitted enough, though. What are the most difficult clothing brands to sell on Amazon? Not really sure what you mean most difficult. I would say the smaller ones are going to be harder, right? Because there's just less SKUs to carry, so it's going to be less chance of certain things being on sale, right there. So, and either way, like people are making money with everything. So, like, I don't think really that like anyone's harder than another. Best way to hire a virtual assistant. You guys are the perfect people to ask that question. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that.
Man, I was just telling Steve a little bit earlier how I went through 4 different interviews and actual hires, and they all like flopped. So obviously it's tough. It's just tough out there, but just filter them as much as possible. I'll give one example of what I think is the best way to hire like a video editor. And this is a life hack. So if you've ever worked with somebody in the past who had trouble following instructions and you think that you gave good instructions, take those same exact instructions and make it the job application. So take it, even if it's like a long job app, like 15, 20-minute instructions, if they're serious, they'll apply. So you get 3, 4, 10 videos of people doing the task the way somebody else previously couldn't do it. Then you look at all the videos and you judge, okay, did this person do it in a way? Are they intuitive? Or do they pay attention to detail? Blah, blah, blah. So I think like I'm starting to hire people more that way. Like if you can give them a concrete task to do where you can judge their work immediately afterwards, you're basically like allowing them to show you, hey, this is what type of work I would give you. Interviews, fuck interviews. Fuck, the color of the rainbow spreadsheet, all that stuff's great. But at the end of the day, it's like, how great of a person are they actually going to be when it comes to working? So just have them do the job as quick as possible. That's my advice there.
Yeah, one of the things that I share with my team now during our hiring processes is we don't want to get caught up too much in the application. Everybody's going to show you their best colors. They're going to say the right things. Everybody's using ChatGPT now. Like everyone all of a sudden.
Dude, seriously, they're using ChatGPT out here. Like,
yeah,
they'll just hit you up with a full-on message that you can just tell they copy and pasted that shit.
Yeah. So, the truth is, I was telling Avery before, I tell my team, like, we can't work with someone new that we hire, or we can't work with a VA until we work with a VA, because everybody's going to be on their best behavior. And there's a couple things that you have to keep in mind. Right. If you've never worked with a virtual assistant before, you might be thinking it's all about skill, right? I need to find a VA who knows how to find coupons and find sales and source deals and analyze with Keepa. And while that is true, that's a trainable skill. But you want to know what's not a trainable skill? Somebody who doesn't care, who doesn't have values, who's not a good communicator, who doesn't, consistently want to grow and learn. So there's two sides of the coin. It's not just, are they capable of the job, but are they actually a good person? Do they meet your criteria for being able to work with someone? Because they could be the best sourcer, but maybe they're a terrible communicator. And I know that drives Avery and I insane when we work with VAs and they don't communicate, they ghost, they make up a million excuses. So the best advice I can give, what's really helped, and with all of my businesses, whether it's Amazon, my coaching businesses, like our different communities, we have almost 30 people that we work with on our team in terms of VAs. And the best advice I can give is you want to go slow in the beginning. You don't want to rush into hiring somebody. Like for me, it's hiring slow and then firing fast, so that's kind of how we do things, in my business.
Sweet. Fire. Absolute fire. Right there. We're a little behind on questions. Do you think the traditional way of buying books from thrift stores, flea markets, next door are still a good way to start out selling before something like eBay, Amazon? Even if it's just for a week, absolutely. I mean, talk about low risk. Talk about getting experience fast, right? Like,
dude, if you commit to buying like 1,000 or 2,000 books a month, you're going to be making at least $4 to $8 profit per book. Like pretty soon you'll have too much money to know what to do with, in terms of like, you'll be cash flow positive so fast, but nobody wants to put in the work. Nobody wants to go scan for 8 to 10 hours a day at thrift stores and libraries. Like the truth is, especially where me and Steve are right now, anywhere from like Maine to Washington, DC, this area is just loaded with profitable books, but nobody wants to go in a thrift store and put the time in. It's not sexy.
Yeah, it's a joke. I went on a rant the other day in my Facebook group, in my free Facebook group, where we have like 7,000 people over there. And I was like, it's probably not the best thing to do, but like, I don't care about being politically correct anymore. I'm sick and tired of people like sharing like, oh, Amazon doesn't work. It's a scam. You can't make any money. Bro, you've sold 5 items. You've been on Amazon for 30 days. Yeah. Shut your mouth. You don't deserve to even have an opinion. I'm sorry to say it, but just shut up. Like, you haven't even worked for like 5 hours. Like, people are so lazy and entitled nowadays. I hate to say it.
Yeah, people don't want to put the work in, and part of it's our fault. Like, Miles making the seller amp video, 30 seconds, I found 10K profit in like a Marshalls, and I'm out finding books, whatever. But the truth is, you do have to put work in. You do have to work hard. But if you do the hard work and you actually fucking apply yourself, you are going to get results. Yeah, and that's just the truth.
I've seen basically no one actually try for like 2 years and like not be making good money. But
exactly. That's what I'm saying, man.
People not try for 30 days and then not get any results, right? Because it's just completely unfeasible to be good immediately, because then it wouldn't be worth doing. You got to take time to get into the weeds a little bit, because then you start to be able to see opportunity that you can't when you're new, that all your competition that's new can't see either.
And to defend Miles, and even for all social media people, if you were to tell people it's hard ass work, you have to bust your butt, it's going to take 6 to 12 months to make your first dollar, like in terms of paying yourself, you have to reinvest back into business. Nobody comes in. So it's like this thin line that we're trying to like play to like entice people, but not be like too unethical to where we're like, Kevin David and everybody,
Kevin David.
They quit before they even start. Yeah, completely agree. Is tactical arbitrage worth it? If you utilize it correctly, absolutely. I'd recommend just Seller Amp and Keepa in terms of product research. And luckily, myself and all these guys, we have product research tutorials, hours on hours for free on our YouTube. So you could just go watch that and kind of get a sense of how it works for yourself as well. Basically, I'll usually get auto ungated or ungated by questionnaire. Should I wait to get a pro seller account for the ones that need an invoice? Damn, Matt, you've been asking good questions for a while to not have a pro seller account. Get it, man. I mean, you're losing money if you're selling more than 40 items a month. Get it completely. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even know you could get ungated without a pro seller account in anything if you're auto ungated. That's interesting. I didn't know that, but yeah, dude, get it, man. I mean, you're hanging out with us on a Tuesday night, man. You're clearly or Wednesday night. You're clearly serious about this stuff, man. Get after it. Love it right there. Cool. What else we got? I'm a little behind on IG. For OA, who do you use for a 3PL? So I keep that private. Pretty interested for a little while now. Yeah, bro, you can just DM me and we can, talk to you if it makes sense.
Do you recommend Michaela's Prep Center?
I have no idea. I mean, I know people who use it and haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about it, which is good.
I'm not selling above 40 yet. Dude, start, man. I mean, you're asking like incredibly good questions, like pretty frequently. Flipping books is a lot. Don't bother trying. Leave them on the shelf. Yeah, facts. Milton's a good guy. What is the future of OA? I mean, I'd say there's going to be more competition, but the longer you do it, the better you are going to be at finding opportunities. So your skill is going to advance way quicker than the macro trends in the market will, if you do it right, right? So it should get easier and easier as you go, because you're going to keep wiggling into little wormholes, basically, that the competition that's years behind you, months behind you, isn't going to be able to find, right? Because your skill, your network, your capital should be increasing fast every month, basically.
And your replens list too. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about. Like over time, at least in my business, I can't speak with traditional OA because, you know, I don't really know.
So true. Oh, it's unbelievably true. Yeah. I think it's more true for traditional than it is for non-traditional, but
yeah,
it's fire, bro.
And every time you sell an item, you have data that other people don't. Because, I mean, obviously Keepa is really great, but what would you rather have, a Keepa chart, or you've sold this item 15 times in the past? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like when you've sold an item, right, you have more anecdotal data, or you have anecdotal data, period. It's not just, is the item profitable, how quick is it sell? It's how easy was it to find? How abundant was that deal that you found it with? Was it with an evergreen coupon code that you found on Google that was hard to find? Or was it with the 4th of July sale that retailer's entire email list got sent to? And I just want to say, boys, we got 170 people watching us right now. Thank all of you guys for being here. This is amazing. Make sure you guys are following my guys on socials right there. Make sure you're following them. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Likewise, that goes for everyone. We got our people in here follow Miles. My people follow Steve.
Yep. Big time. Yeah. What minimum ROI do you set for product purchase? Okay, so this is going to be interesting, right? So for traditional OA, 30%, typically, right? Higher for shoes, lower for beauty, grocery, vitamin items a little bit, right? That's not including cash back. Meanwhile, these guys are going to flex on us crazy with the ROIs, I assume. Let's hear it, gents.
Yeah, no less than 200%. No, I'm just playing with you. No, it's pretty average, around like 30 to 40%.
Oh, really? Cool. Okay, interesting.
Especially with electronics, like I'll go down to 25% because these things turn so quickly.
Yeah.
So it depends though. Like, and I see some comments like how to scale like without a lot of cash and credit. Like that comes into play like with ROI and turnover rate and stuff like that. So it just depends on your goals. But yeah, around 30, 40, I would say.
Yeah, and skill level, because you find money when you need it. When you have a system that works, you find a way to get it. Like,
yeah.
At what point do you not get charged so much of the Amazon fees? They're going to stay the same forever. You just got to get better at finding better products that you don't have to deal with it. Finding/making more time to source. That's my main roadblock, dude. You got time, man. You're in the streams with us every night, man. Just hey, put the headphones in and get to work, my brother.
Yep.
Yeah. I've seen a few videos of people sourcing at dollar stores. Have any of you guys tried that method? Yeah, for sure. Do I think we could do better learning online arbitrage? Yes. Does that work? Absolutely. Right there. Wherever there's discounted products, there's going to be a chance for arbitrage. What else we got? Keep the questions coming, everyone. We're cooking, getting tons of FBM orders, but it's getting hard to package them all. It's taking a while. We suggest I keep doing FBM or try to delegate that work to a prep center. It depends how much you need the money for and if you can FBA those items, right? And that ideally, I mean, I want you to make all the money. Dude, get in the trenches, man. Like, we're so lucky to be able to make money with this right there. But the nice thing is, if an item's good to FBM, it's probably really good to FBA. So you can just shift over to that. How quickly do you look for E to A flips? Damn, I'm learning a lot. Yeah, that's a good question. Let's check this one out right here. How quickly do you look for eBay to Amazon, that's buying from eBay, flipping on Amazon, flips to move?
It depends. Like it depends on the item. Like there's like when it came to DVDs, like my average like items took like 30 to 45 days or so to sell. So they were a bit slower, but my average like ROI for DVDs, and Avery could even see it in my account. A lot of them are like 60, 80, 100% ROI. It's similar to thrifting, but
dude, you're selling like, at least you were a few months ago, like 50% plus of your inventory every month.
Ooh, yeah, so that's so fire. That's like 1.5 a day or whatever. Yeah, like 1.6 a day. Something.
Yeah. But I have a lot of, like, for example, yesterday, and I showed Avery, I had an item I bought two of. I paid $300 for it. It sold for $698. I sold one yesterday and one today. So that was 100% ROI, an electronic item. It sold right when it hit the inventory, right when it hit the FBA.
That's fire. Do you tend to avoid wasting time searching products from a brand that Amazon sells a lot? So the nice thing is you can see how much Amazon shares the buy box on a specific product. And when you're doing Seller Amp reverse sourcing or you're doing Keep Up Product Finder sourcing, you can choose not to click on the ones you see Amazon on Seller Amp, right? You can see it in someone's storefront when you're reverse sourcing. And on Keep Up Product Finder, you can click Amazon out of stock, right? So you can nicely choose to not see the stuff.
I always avoid Amazon.
Dude, it's interesting. So I've been the same way. And then you get these smart people on our podcast that are like, yeah, like if the buy box is being shared XYZ%, it's cool. There's so
I mean, like if I'm like really trying to convince myself, I go to the offers tab. And if there's like, if it's moving there, then I consider it. But Amazon can do whatever they want at the end of the day.
Exactly. Are there any video game retailers that ungate you in PlayStation that will come with an invoice when purchasing online? Yeah, every retailer, GameStop, Best Buy. You guys don't need invoices. That's like a thing of the past. Like order confirmation emails work. They might ask you to submit a few times. That's fine. Trust me, everyone go get it. Go get ungated. Someone had asked about Adidas ungating as well. Any big retailer, Adidas.com, Kohl's, any of that stuff. If you want a full breakdown of ungating, if you search Filter Miles ungating on YouTube, I have a thing that breaks it down. But the nice thing is I know some of you guys were around when ungating was hard. It's incredibly easy these days. And anything you want, you'll be good to go with.
Can you repeat that again? Because I didn't know about that because, you know, I'm going to sound like a douchebag, but like I've been in the game for so long.
Well, yeah. Hey, it's leverage. Yeah.
I'm auto ungated. So people be like, how do you not know? And it's like, I'm sorry, I've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah. So, and what's sorry to interrupt, but yeah, it's super easy these days.
What's this email thing you're talking about? So you order and
bro. So like basically with COVID, right? So Amazon was the whole supply chain was messed up, right? Can we ungate from Walmart? Yes, Walmart is the biggest retail. Yes. So like the supply chain was messed up, so they needed resellers. So they made it really easy to ungate during during the pandemic and such. So now it's really easy too. Are you doing used electronics E to A or new mainly?
Oh, 100% new. So I had a friend of mine, and I'll shout him out. It's going to sound bad, but he put this on his YouTube channel, so he probably doesn't care that I share. Seth with Checkmate Flips. He's been one of my good friends. You should have him on the channel. He does, I think, like 60 to 80 grand a month eBay to Amazon flips. And he does mostly electronics. But last year he was doing used. His return rate was up to 25%. And
that's brutal, bro. Yeah.
He was doing a lot of sketchy stuff. And I don't say that disrespectfully. Like he shared it on his YouTube channel. But now his refund rate is like way less doing new. So like I don't like to touch used electronics. You get a lot of returns because people are idiots. They don't know how to like use them or like.
Gosh, that's brutal. Yeah,
you know. So yeah, I'm all new. I don't mess with used that much. But I'll tell you right now, with E to A, used are probably a way bigger opportunity. Like some of the margins are crazy, but you have to spend more time testing, inspecting. You don't want to use a prep center. It's a bit more challenging and time consuming. But I'll tell you right now, for anyone who's like thrifting and stuff, you should be doing used E to A. I don't do it, so I can't really teach too much about it. But
well, the data doesn't lie. I mean, you scan stuff. If it looks good, keep is good. Other people on it, you test it out, right? The ROI is high, so you got really low risk. Right. So it's a good thing, man. Oh my gosh. I love talking to you guys. It takes us back to our roots, man. Like I've like haven't gotten a question about like used books in like a long ass time. The boy Joji in the building. What's up, Joji? What suggestions do you have for Q4? This will be my first, only started a few months ago. Yeah, good question. In my opinion, the best thing you can do is focus on quick flips that are good today, right? Because that's going to build you more capital, more confidence, more skill. That's going to pay off big when Q4 comes. What's also nice is that you can see the data from last year on anything. You can go on Keep Up, you can go on Seller Amp, and you can see the past data on different products, right? And you can also research like what retailers carry a lot of your best brands, right? And you can talk to other resellers and you guys can plan ahead what sales were good for you last year, right? Now you don't know because this is your first year, but the more you can talk to other sellers, the better edge you're going to have, because it's super, super fun to do product research together during Black Friday with other people on Zoom. It's really, really profitable. And this is a gigantic positive sum game. So you guys should all be doing it with our friends, right? Romer, Steve, myself, right? We've from day one, maybe not for you day one, Steve, but like pretty close, right? You've always been in the community. And I think you have been in the community from day one, right? Yeah. So it's always been easier, right? And we've always had a leg up on people because we haven't been afraid of other resellers, right? A lot of people are afraid of other resellers. So those of us that put in even an ounce of effort to get in the community, we have such a big one up. Because like, dude, I mean, so for Romer, right? I know you got a ton of free consulting from people when you were new. And then I got a ton of free consulting from you and a bunch of other people when I was new, right? And now I do the same for other people. And the way we get that leverage is for $0 by existing in the online space where other people that are doing this come in. So you get to learn a lot by osmosis. I remember Avery used the word osmosis back in then. I had to Google what it meant in a picture with you, Steve. And then I'm using it basically.
That's hilarious.
Best software to track profits. GoToLister, baby. Come on now. Free trial.
Hey, GoToLister's getting up there. We got profit analytics daily. Honestly, we're catching up to Seller Board and Inventory Lab, but you can see your profits on a daily basis. You can see profit per order, and everyone that comes with us right now is going to be part of our growth, and we're listening to everyone and what they want. So, and the cool thing is we list your inventory so we know what you paid for it. So you don't have to like enter any cost or anything.
Damn, that's beautiful, bro. Says Patty says Steve got me into Amazon, got me back into Amazon. You three are honestly sick. Thanks, guys. Dude, that's awesome. So Patty actually is a good follow on Instagram. And he's like been making some things. I see him doing some good stuff on there.
Patty out of Canada.
Transition. Yeah, so it's gotolister.com. How do you know if a website is a scam or not? So good rule of thumb for online arbitrage. Always check out through PayPal. Always check out with a credit card through your PayPal account. That makes it more secure. It avoids order cancels, and it saves you a hell of a lot of time. If a retailer doesn't take PayPal, typically a red flag. If a retailer has cash back sites offered, Rakuten, Capital One Shopping, green flag. So ideally, one, just for more money, it's a site that takes cash back, and you're checking out through PayPal with a credit card loaded up in your PayPal account, because that gives you two lines of defense. And then PayPal, hate them or love them, they will protect you as a customer, and the credit card company, love them, will protect you as well, basically. So that was a really good question. I hope that was helpful for you. Okay, cool. How would you scale fast if you want to reach 10K plus monthly? So I would immerse myself in the community. I would fully own it. I would show my face online. That's going to bring people to you that are going to show you stuff, right? And that you can do this by yourself, which is way harder, which is way less fun, which takes a lot more time, which is a lot less profitable, or you can do with other people. So the biggest thing that was big for me was having people I worked with from day one, basically. That always made it a lot easier.
Yeah, and I would add by that, like by doing that, you'll expose yourself to higher ROI products and faster selling products. And just know when you're out there spending your dollars, there are products out there that have high ROI and they're fast selling. And if you can get your hands on those products and buy a lot of those products, it's game over. That's the magic combination. When I see these young kids taking off, that's always the magic combination they have. When I see people putting huge numbers out very quickly from little startup capital, they're always finding high ROI and fast moving products. And you can do it if you put the work in
and they're figuring out how to get a lot of them. They're figuring out how to get a lot of them too.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the third.
And all of that is the convergence of having a good community of other young kings and queens to build with. Basically.
Yeah. It becomes a group think. Everyone shares their ideas. Like when I was out with you guys at the Pennsylvania mansion, you guys were all sharing products, buying the same thing together.
That was great. There's the picture of everyone checking out on the Stanley Cups, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Deletes my new generic listings. Because I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that if they're deleting them. Not super educated on that, but I'm going to assume if they're deleting stuff, that's an issue. Damn. Some alien that's invaded right there. Why would someone use GoToLister over Inventory Lab? All right, Avery, let's hear the elevator pitch, baby. GoToLister.
For online arbitrage users, I mean, I don't like using this sales pitch, but we're cheaper right now, and we're also like way cooler. Like I'm actually here.
We can give feedback live.
Yeah, exactly. And you hop in any Discord, whether it's Miles Discord, at me. I'm in all the Discords, and I'll help you out. I mean, we help you list products. We help you track the price of products. We tell you the profit of the products, and we're coming out with integrations that Inventory Lab will not have, like Seller Amp integrations. And we do a lot. Like we are by far the most superior book listing software out there. There's nobody that can compete with us, but wholesalers use us, online arbitrage people use us. So really, it's just that we're growing. We're listening to the community, and we're $20 cheaper right now.
Dude, so. You forgot. So I used to use Inventory Lab, and I switched over to GoToLister because it's way faster with the smart pricing feature. Literally, it's so cool. Like all you have to do is list your item and it'll automatically price it for you. So it's just way faster. It was way slower with inventory.
Yeah, I mean, online arbitrage sellers know this, but for booksellers, it's not always obvious. Like when you list a product, we tell you if there's no FBA offers, we turn it purple, and then we tell you, hey, motherfucker, you better list this a little bit higher and, not lose out on those profits. So we help you price. We are faster. If you have lots of SKUs and you need to list them fast, like we're factually the fastest listing software out there.
Yeah, go-to nations showing love in the chat too. As a fairly new seller on FBA, should I avoid items with prime sellers since they will mostly hog the buy box? So what's interesting is that your review count doesn't matter that much for buy box share.
Not
your
at all.
location being FBA matters a lot more. So it's going to be incredibly hard to find items there aren't prime sellers on. But the nice thing is I don't want you to worry about that at all because you're going to get the buy box. And it'll be good if you're priced competitively. Right there. I'll be subbing. Appreciate you. Make sure you subbed all three of us right there. Cool. Yeah, guys. So keep the questions coming. We'll be on for 15 more minutes or so. So keep firing away. We love answering. Oh, we got a super chat too. Thank you, Caitlin. Do you wish you had started selling on eBay sooner? We'll just put in anything in there. It's, of course, man. Yes, completely. It's a beautiful thing. I assume you guys agree? Yep. Fire.
eBay?
Well, we'll put in any marketplace.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not. Okay, so quick story about eBay. So last year when all my accounts got shut down, I was like, all right, I guess we'll just list everyone at restricted inventory. We'll just list all their textbooks on eBay. So we list thousands of textbooks on eBay. We get like one sale a day. And I'm like, holy shit, these books just don't sell on that marketplace. And so that's kind of my experience with eBay in the last year. But I think that's why there's so much arbitrage opportunity from eBay to Amazon is because the eyeballs on eBay just aren't there in the same way that the eyeballs are on Amazon. So, but yes, I wish I would have started on Amazon earlier. Like, dude, looking at these kids like Jake, like these fucking 15. I interviewed what's his name?
Salih. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's 17. He started when he was 15. Dude, when I was 15, I thought I was a shit for cutting grass and getting like $25 for spending 2 hours of my time cutting my neighbor's yard. And these kids are out here selling 1.8 million on Amazon.
Crazy, bro. Okay. It's not letting you print labels, so it actually will. You're good to go without it if it's not making you do it though. I'm getting the FBA, but I'm also a software engineer. Any tools in the community that need another engineer? I mean, what code languages go to in?
I don't even know. We're on Firebase, Python.
I mean, I don't know what seller empathy is, so I can't talk.
But we're good right now. I mean, show us your work. You know, if you really want to come, like, show us what you've built. DM Miles, DM me, DM whoever has software out there. Look at softwares you like. You know, that's what my dev did. My dev was in the Amazon space. He built a software. He couldn't market it. It was pretty. It worked well. And he just kept putting his name out there. And eventually, I picked him up. And I mean, we're not huge yet, but we will be. And he was able to do that just by making a little tiny Instagram account and DMing everybody. I think he DM'd both of you guys too at some point. I think he told me like he DM'd everyone. Yeah. So
I pump the back. Would you recommend sellers focus on one category / department or BOLO on everything? For anyone listening who doesn't know what BOLO means, it means be on the lookout for. So like now a BOLO is a really, really hot item, right? Now, BOLO can also be a verb, right? So you be on the lookout for something. I did English class in high school, right there. So the nice thing is when you're newer, you're mainly like, I would recommend being mainly categorically focused, but especially if you're doing like reverse sourcing and stuff, you're going to get introduced to new products like crazy, right there. So don't limit yourself, but for the most part, try and stay focused.
I would say at scale for sure. And I think one thing a lot of people don't talk about is if you go into a new category, you aren't going to buy box nearly as much. Whereas if you already prove to Amazon that you're good at selling this category, this brand, they will give you so much more buy box percentage. If we're talking about buy box and what really matters for buy box, it's not review count. It's not your seller profile. What Amazon wants to know is, can you sell this type of product, this type of brand, and get very little returns? If you can get very little returns, they're going to let you sell stuff all day. But if you sell stuff and you get high returns, more returns than other sellers, they're going to hide you at all costs from other sellers.
Yeah,
so I think that's something a lot of people don't talk about. It's risky always changing categories because Amazon won't let you buy box too much. I've witnessed this with my friends. When we go in on different products, I'm like, why are you buy boxing more than me? And it's just because they've sold the product longer than me.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing that one, you can't really control. Over time, you're going to start to see it play out on your account more and more. But you guys will be getting $5 and load things immediately. Accept invoices from, I'd assume so, Ken. If there's other people selling it, probably, right? Because they had to get ungated. Somehow I'm having.
Do you think receipts are better than invoices, Miles?
Sorry?
You think receipts from big retail stores?
I answer the question 10 times a day, like about ungating. Like they're the same thing. Amazon doesn't care. So
I think they're better.
Well, I mean, I
think receipts from big retail stores are better.
Logically, it makes way more sense.
Dude,
I'm getting invoices from wholesalers now, and I'm like, I don't know if Amazon would accept this because they're so small, you know. And I'm just like, I don't even know if Amazon knows who they are. But from Kohl's or something, I'm like, oh, Amazon.
It's way better. Yeah, but who knows? Could you see a keep a graph while sourcing from eBay to Amazon? Yeah, completely. So on that ASIN on Amazon, which is like basically it's a product identifier number, right? You're going to be able to see the seller amp data and the Keepa data right there.
Dude, shout out to Seller Amp on mobile. That Keepa graph is fire. You can scroll all the way down, click on Keepa. I wish Scout IQ would have done this. They still can, but
that they never did. Yeah,
they made Chart IQ, which was kind of cool. But dude, Keepa, like with OA, you need the offers tab. You need all that. Of course. On your phone, on Seller Amp, it displays much better than Safari, and you can navigate in there. It's super, super nice. So big shout out to Al for making that.
Yeah, bro, shout out Al. Right there. Jumped on listing, which Amazon was out of stock for 4 months. Now they're back. That'll happen from time to time. That's why I personally don't like hopping on listings Amazon was recently on. I know it was 4 months ago. Just unlucky.
Dude, Jameson was telling a story about he lost like $50K a couple years ago.
Oh no.
Dude, you heard it? What he said?
I've heard the story. I think.
Okay, yeah. Amazon flips. Him and his buddies just completely miscalculated.
They
bought a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
just didn't work out.
Seller Amp is my favorite app ever. We got you, CC. Appreciate it. Cool. Sunny day.
Hey, you know what a lot of people don't know about even a lot of my students in my eBay to Amazon course? They have no idea that Seller Amp has an eBay button. They have 2 eBay buttons.
Dude. It's interesting.
People have no idea. Like, it's so funny. Like, they'll go through my course and be like, wow, that was the best part. Like, really? That was the best part? Like, not of all the sourcing? Like, yeah, I sourced so many. You could literally hit the eBay button for any listing and literally it will reverse source it on eBay. Or you could hit the sold listings to see what it's sold.
Is that via the Keepa integration, or is that a separate?
No, it's chilling right there. You can just click it. Yeah.
It does. Yeah. It does a reverse UPC search, which is really valuable.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just want to shout that out because it's really great.
Is Palletfly trustworthy? Yeah, but like it's going to be very, very difficult to be profitable and stuff in there.
Dude,
it's so easy to find.
Taylor, a few years ago, we were down in Costa Rica together, and this man was looking up a bunch of stuff on Palletfly, and I just remember thinking like, this kid ain't gonna make it. Like I remember like thinking that. Like I was like, I don't know if that's the best idea, Taylor. Like you're buying pallets from websites everyone else can buy pallets from, and everyone knows about this, and they're marketing towards the Amazon sellers. And he actually ended up getting burned on a lot of those, but he had to go through that lesson to learn that like if it seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true, you know. So.
How do you feel about the grocery category as a new seller? Yay or nay? Yay, especially if you got any retail, regional grocery stores or regional discount stores near you. How do you find profitable items via OA? I try reverse sourcing on SaaS, but I think I'm starting off on bad products. So there's really no such thing as the bad product. The nice thing is you can look at unlimited stable Keepa charts. You just search Nike, Adidas, Neutrogena, Vino, any of these brands. And then you're going to find people, if the price is stable or the price is going up, you know people are making money. They have to be. Right? Because that's the only reason why the price wouldn't go down.
Yeah.
You just reverse source from there.
Pro tip is like watch all Miles's videos and don't get caught up on the exact products he's looking at because they're just examples for YouTube.
Yeah.
What I would do is I would start with some of those products because they're actually good proven products that other people are selling, but then find categories that kind of seem weird or maybe not everyone's selling them. And then you'll find different circles of OA sellers that maybe aren't like as saturated, you know. I wish somebody would have told me that starting out.
Are price takers common? How to fight? So not on good products. You need to buy more complicated. You need to use more coupons. Find stuff on sale that you can combine with the coupon.
Yep.
Find websites you can combine 2 or 3 coupons on that also has a good rewards program. that lets you use a discounted gift card. The more complicated you can make the products you're buying, the less competition you're going to deal with. Basically, as a beginner, that's hard. That's why it's so profitable. That's why you got to be working with other sellers and everything like that.
And fast-moving products generally cure that problem because you get flat keepers that don't tank in price.
Exactly. And especially fast-moving products that you source protected. You source with discounts. You source with complications. Very little is going to be profitable at full retail. And if it's just chilling on a website at full retail and it's profitable, it's going to be easy for other people to find. Right? Are you less likely to ungate with an invoice when you're a new seller? I guess yes, but it doesn't help you to think that, so no. And it doesn't really matter because you don't really have a choice. Like the ungating methods work for everyone. Like, sure, is it easier if you can click and get auto ungated once you've been doing it for 6 months? Yeah, but like the nice thing is if you start doing it now, you'll get that in 6 months.
Right.
Explain discounted gift cards. I hear you say it a lot, but I've only recently started tuning in on the channel. Well, Nate, thank you for being here, my man. So everyone write this down. So sites like Top Cashback, Card Cash, Raise, right there, you can buy gift cards at a discount. So for example, if you buy a $100 gift card for $93, you save 7%. You just juice your ROI by 7%. And that's a further complication on an item that other sellers aren't going to have in their buy cost. So you can price differently. You can buy more. You can sell that item for longer. And there's going to be less competition at the prices you can sell for in that case. Cool. Any advice? Do you guys use any product restock? No. Does GoTo have that yet? I'm sure it will, right?
No, yeah, we're working on it. Right now I use a spreadsheet. I'm actually gonna start using SoStock.com and see how they are, just because I'll probably model what they do. But no, yeah, we currently don't.
Do you count coupon in margin? Yes, because you get the discount immediately. Should you hop on deals even if you haven't been ungated yet? Yeah, because you're just gonna use that email receipt to get ungated. Can you explain how a Discord can help me out? Yes. Right now, you probably know no one personally that sells on Amazon. So no opportunity is ever going to find you. You don't have anyone you can bounce ideas off of with. And no one probably cares in person either. The nice part is there are people that are interested in that. You're looking at 3 of them. You're on Instagram though, so you see it, just me. And then there's 200 other people on the stream right now on YouTube that all care about that and that want to meet people like you, that want to improve your life, that want to make money, and they won't look at you like you're crazy for talking about it. So unluckily, probably very few of us have people IRL that do this. The nice part is for $0, you can exist in free online communities and you can find people to network with, learn with, have fun with, and you're going to guarantee yourself to not have to work. Like if you choose to go the lone wolf route, you'll have to work more. It'll be less fun and you'll make less money than the kids on Discord that are working together on it, basically.
Yeah.
Out of stock notifications for stuff you're sourcing, not for inventory software. Look into distill.io, Justin. But building out a spreadsheet and eventually having a VA go through it or you go through it is the best method. Such a good way. Just within SellerAmp, use the Google Sheets integration. Nice and easy, right there. It's a beautiful thing. What's that on Romer's shirt? Yeah, show him, man. Show him right there. Yeah.
Go-to lister, baby.
Yeah, go-to lister right there. GoToLister.com right there. How do you deal with FBA losing inventory at flipping E to A?
Use Flips. We'll get you half off your first month. But you got to email us, support@gotolister.com. Flips, we'll give you half off your first month. Cool.
So half off first month, and there's already a free trial too, right?
Yeah, there's a 14-day free trial, so we'll give them half off. For anyone who listens to, is this a replay going to come up?
It'll be up. Yeah.
Okay, just Flips. I usually do it on my podcast. I usually give something. So if they use Flips, but they have to email us support@gotolister.com. Just email us Flips after you set up a free trial, and we'll attribute that to a half off.
Pretty much all returned to Amazon, but then resold as new. Yeah, that happens for sure. That's annoying though. That's weird that a lot of.
Or if you're coming from Rakin side, use code Rakin, and we'll give you half off. Rakin or Flips, whichever audience. This is our first time doing a 3-way little.
Is the Flips one mine?
Flips is yours.
Rakin's cool. That's love. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so give them both some coffee money because I know we got both audiences in here.
For books, Ephraim from Canada to USA, I have to write a fixed amount on the shipping template. How do I calculate it? I'd recommend just putting free, honestly. But if you're merchant fulfilling from Canada to USA, that's going to be very difficult to make money, I think. So actually don't put it as free.
Do you have many students doing shipping from Canada to
No one buying product in Canada shipping to to USA.
Okay.
A ton that do it remote from Canada, USA Prep Center, USA Legal Stuff.
I got some textbooks that somebody wants to send from Canada, and they're asking about like import cost and all that.
I got no idea, bro.
Yeah.
How to do taxes for selling books. Search like reseller taxes on YouTube. There's some CPAs that make videos that are legally allowed to tell you how to do it. None of us are. And it'd be bad advice if I did give it to you too. So it would be illegal and it wouldn't be good. So
Steve, you got to put on that shirt from earlier that you were wearing.
How to bypass generic lister. Not sure on I'm not sure on that, unfortunately. Right there. Cool. Email receipts from online stores. We got you Ungated. Absolutely. Right there. You can search Filter Miles Ungating on YouTube if you want a full breakdown for that. So are you guys good? We'll hop off for that. We'll do a couple more questions here.
Sure.
Cool. Fire away. Yeah. So we got 160 you guys in here. So thank you for spending a little bit of your Wednesday night with us. Hopefully it was worth your time.
Make sure to sub to Miles and Rake in.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone. I was wondering if he was going to come in. I told him to. So my friend Fields of Profit is going live on his YouTube right now with our friend Corey. So go over to Fields of Profit right there. He's live.
He's got to change his picture. He's like 14 in that picture.
Well, dude, no, it's the OG. It's his YouTube profile. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I know. Pretty good banter. Right there. But yeah, so it's Rake and Profit, Roamer the Roamer. You see it on the screen here. Post for Miles if you're new to my stuff. Check out GoToLister. Check out SellerAmp right there. Appreciate you guys being here and everything.
Check out VA Seller Academy, whatever it's called.
True. Yeah. That's
VA Seller Academy.
Yeah,
You know what's so bad, Miles? I don't pay attention to detail. I came up with the same exact name that Steve came up for a repricing course, and we share a ClickFunnels account. And like he just texted me one day, he's like, "Bro, what the heck?" And I'm like, I literally didn't know. I just like I came up with it in 3 hours and like built out this whole product. It was the same exact name as his.
That's good banter. Okay, cool. All right, everyone, have a great night. Thank you guys. We will see you guys in the next one.
Appreciate you guys.